Alright class, so today we're doing a hydrate lab, and the procedure is pretty straightforward. It's similar to the other labs we've kind of done already. So crucible, I'm going to weigh the crucible. So again, on the data sheet that you're going to look at on the spreadsheet, you'll have some kind of mass of the crucible. And then we're going to add about 2 grams of Epsom salt. So we're at 14.65. That's 1.5 to 2 grams. We'll call that good. So we're going to put about that much in there. And if you kind of look at it, I don't know if we can focus, it's kind of like big crystals. And essentially, this is a hydrate. So lots and lots of chemicals that are back on my storeroom that I actually make that we use for different experiments in class are hydrates. So they have a certain amount of water trapped within like the crystal lattice. So similar to what we've done in the past, I'm just going to move this over, set this up. Turn the gas on. Get that blue flame. And kind of like we did with the, what was it called? The percent composition lab. So I'm going to set this in. I'll probably try to do it more like this. So we can kind of see. And essentially I'm going to go just kind of back and forth. Trying to heat it up mostly slowly. I'll zoom in on this thing. There we go. That's not bad. How good the microphone is, but right now I can hear, like you can see kind of stuff bubbling. So that's why I don't want to put just full heat on it, otherwise stuff's going to like splash out of the crucible. You can kind of see some bubbling action. So that's actually the water that's evaporating from the crystals, breaking out of the crystals. Once we get a little bit more of that happening, I'll just stick that burner under it and just heat it like crazy. But I'm just going to heat it kind of slowly to begin with. Whoa, too much zoom. Yeah, so we just have the burner under it. Just getting after it. So anyways, it's going to kind of snap, crackle, and popple like that for probably a minute or so. So I'm going to pause it and we'll come back once it's kind of done. But that's it for now. Alright, so we are back. I don't know if you remember what it looked like before. It was kind of really like crystal looking, and now it's kind of more, I don't know, puffy, for lack of a better word. So the heat's been on it for about, I don't know, 3 more minutes. So I'm going to take my crucible tongs and just take this off the heat, set it on the table. I'm going to turn my gas off, and we're going to let it sit until it cools off. So that I can pick it up with my fingers, weigh it, and then we're going to end up heating it a second time and weighing it, and hopefully my 2 masses match pretty closely. And if they both match, it means I got all the water out really the first time and for sure the second time. So that is kind of where we're headed. I'll pause again as we wait for this to cool off. Alright, so we are back, and I'll weigh it. We're at 15.48. So what would typically happen if you were here, you would heat it again, let it cool, weigh it again. When you look at your data, there's just going to be the final weighing. So there's not going to be two weighings anyways. So I'm not going to go ahead, I'll just keep the video short. But all that should happen is, if you're in class, you'd heat it again, let it cool, weigh it again, and just make sure those 2 weights basically match each other. So anyways, that is formula of a hydrate lab. It's going to function pretty much just as, just like your homework. So you'll know, you will end up knowing, I guess I don't need this, you'll end up knowing the mass of your hydrate to begin with. You know the mass of your hydrate without the water. So you can calculate the mass of water, because that's going to be the difference of those two weighings, and change your water mass into moles. And then you know your final weighing is just the Epsom salt, the magnesium sulfate with the crucible. And because you know the crucible, you can find the difference of those two to find the mass of MgSO4. And then now that you know the mass of MgSO4, you can change that to moles of MgSO4, and then divide by the smallest to find what your value of water is compared to magnesium sulfate. So anyways, really, really similar to your homework, and just use the data you have. When you click on the data, it'll take you to a spreadsheet, find your name, find your hour, find your name, and use that data. All right, that is it, and last lab of the semester.